Hey everyone, it's Justin again. Now that you know how to describe important parts of parabolas, we can take a look at parabolas with some context behind them. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to interpret contextual details from graphed parabolas. Since you've been interpreting graphs in every unit so far, we'll jump straight into a couple of examples with parabolas, and then you'll have a chance to try an example on your own. Maria sells shirts. This graph shows how much money she can make based on the price of her shirts. We can see on the graph that as Maria raises the price, she'll make more profit because each sale will make her more money. But eventually, the amount of profit peaks, then drops back down. Once her prices get too high, people will be less willing to buy from her. And eventually, the price gets so high that nobody is willing to buy Maria's shirts. Now that we understand what's happening here, we can describe the major points. So what does the y-intercept on the graph represent? That point tells us that if Maria gives away her shirts for free, she won't make any money off of them. What does the vertex show? This is the point where Maria stands to make the maximum profit possible by selling her shirts for $6. What does the x-intercept at 12,0 mean? If Maria sells her shirts for $12, nobody will want to buy her shirts. She won't make any money. Darius opens a new business. The graph shows his profits each month after the grand opening. So what is the graph showing us? When Darius opens his business, he's already spent money getting the business up and running. Darius continues putting money into the business without making enough money to even out until it hits a minimum. At that point, Darius starts making money back and his debt gets smaller and smaller until eventually he's made back all the money he lost and then he makes a profit. So, what's the importance of the y-intercept? Well, that point shows that even though the business has just opened, Darius has lost money from startup costs. What's the importance of the vertex? It shows when, 2 months after opening his business, Darius's profits hit a turning point, and his profits begin increasing instead of decreasing. What's the importance of the x-intercept? Well, that's where his profits go from negative to positive. In other words, that's where Darius begins to make a profit and has more money than he started with. Your turn. After the graph appears, pause the video and see if you can interpret the pieces of the graph. Ready? First, what does the y-intercept mean? When the drone started flying, it was 9 feet up, so that must be how high up the roof was. What does the vertex tell us? The drone flew up to 12 feet high and then back down to the ground. So the vertex shows that the maximum height of the drone was 12 feet off the ground. Finally, what's the importance of the x-intercept? That's the point when the height of the drone was 0, meaning it was back on the ground after 9 seconds. You've been learning how to interpret graphs in every unit here so far, so hopefully this lesson wasn't too difficult. If you need extra examples, make sure to check out the practice questions on our website. In the next video, we're going to use quadratic graphs to answer specific questions about their scenarios. See you then!